Hey, this is LeAnne with the Expert Real Estate Team. Today is July the 13th, 2020, and I wanted to give you your monthly market update report. We'll start with a 30,000 foot view, looking at the United States. Then we'll come down to a state view, and then we'll come down to a local view. But I want to keep you up to date on all the changes in the market because things are so crazy with this pandemic, and housing is we're doing really well, so I wanted to share that with you. So let's start out with a few slides related to job gains. Actually, let's go back to this one. So we were anticipated to have just over 3 million job gains and last month, but we got 4.8 million. So that is phenomenal for America and our economy coming back. We are a working country and we want to get back to work. So I'm excited about that. A lot of them came back from the leisure and hospitality and then the retail. That's where a lot of those came back. Overall, in June, we ended up with an 11% unemployment rate, which was, we're getting better, not as bad as 14%. So it's amazing what a pandemic will do to stop the economy. So home sellers, 87% of home sellers, are afraid that their home won't sell because of the pandemic and a recession. I don't blame them. I mean, that makes perfect sense, but I'm here to tell you things are not that way. The market is really healthy. Last year, 372,000 houses sold. So that was very encouraging. Then showing time, they are the ones that set up showings for a lot of real estate companies and agents across North America. This is straight from them that showings are back up after that massive dip. So that is really encouraging. Then I want to go to slide 16. So pending sales are up 18%, almost 19% month over month. New listings are up. Total overall listings are down nationally. So, and we'll look at, let's go ahead while we're talking about that and look at what's going on in South Carolina. So Greater Greenville is here in the middle. This first number is May of 2019 versus May of 2020. It says we're down 18%. The next section here, the most recent quarter, so first quarter of 18 to first quarter of 20, we're up 11%. And then year to date 2019 versus 2020, we're only down 0.9%. That is not bad at all. Look at a lot of the other places in the state. I mean, you've got, gosh, where is that? Cherokee's down 16.8%. Sumter's down almost 12%. Hilton Head, surprisingly, is down 10%, 11%. So, I mean, we got Greenwood and Aiken that are on the positive. And then Greenville is chomping at their heels. So, I mean, we are right there. Then one other slide I wanted to show you. There we are. Inventory of homes for sale. So all properties were up 14% from May of 2019 to May of 2020. So what I'm getting ready to show you, the next few slides are, again, looking at the whole country, then at the state, and then at locally. It makes a big difference. So let's see, we are on slide 16. I'm going to go to 22. Nearly 30%, this is according to Realtor Magazine, nearly 30% of all respondents living in a high-density urban area say that the pandemic is prompting them to want to move by the end of the year. This is double the rate of those living in rural parts of the country where they are much more likely to stay put rather than relocate. So living out in the country is, we want to stay out in the country. We like our country roots. Let's see, 22, that's where we are. We're going to go to 24. Now, this is something that I find interesting. The luxury second home market. So the Hamptons, Palm Springs, Greenwich, they are all on the upswing. So they're getting a lot more views. So I guess with the pandemic, a lot of folks aren't out, touring the world, but they want to stay local in their luxury second home market. So that was an interesting statistic. Then on down, our distressed properties are actually down to 3%, only 3% of our market right now, which is very encouraging. Okay, so South Carolina, as far as the National Seller Traffic Index, they again are saying that we are weak. As a state, yeah, I would say that's the case. Again, this particular slide, we are weak. Certain counties are different than, not as hot as the Greenville-Spartanburg area is. So that's something to consider. Foot traffic. So I just thought this was really interesting. In January and February, we had really good foot traffic into our listings. And then COVID kind of put a stop to all that. I'm very excited to see how June's going to end up coming out once those numbers come in. So then we go on down to buyer traffic. We are stable in Greenville. Depending on what you're looking for, is as if you're going to find it or not. So that's it's all supply and demand at this point. 69, mortgage rates. They are basically giving money away. They're down to 3%. I mean, that is just unheard of. So if you are thinking about buying a home, now's a good time to buy a home. I mean, inventory again is tough to come by, but you got to be ready to pull the trigger when you find what you're looking for. So, when you see it, do not wait because it's going to be gone. And again, rates are so good. I mean, just a small rise in an interest percentage point is really going to affect you and affect how much house you can buy. So get you with some lenders and make sure we have you ready to go and ready to pull the trigger when you find exactly what you're looking for. So the next two slides I think are very interesting. So this one starts in 2013 and shows how they've kind of loosened up on credit. But this one I find more interesting. So back in 5, 6, 7 is kind of how we got into the whole mess we got in with the big crash. So this is when they were giving money away to anybody who could breathe and maybe some dead people too. But they tightened up after that because they got their tails handed to them, and now they've started relaxing the rules somewhat. I can't tell you they're not going to make you jump through a whole bunch of hoops when you go to get a mortgage. So have your ducks in a row. 76. I didn't want to show you that one. I wanted to show you this one. Yeah. So you may not have the credit score that you want, and that's okay. A lot of us don't. But half of all mortgages today are taken out by those under a 750 credit score. So you don't have to have stellar credit to take advantage of these rates and become a homeowner. That's what we're here to help educate you on. So I would love to be able to have one of my agents to sit down and talk to you, to help educate you, to help get you ready if you were thinking about buying a home. I see my hair's all in this. So if you're thinking about buying a home, let us help you. Let us help educate you. That's what we do every day. And we get excited about things like that and making sure that you end up in the home of your dreams. So, and if you're thinking about selling, give us a call. We're here to, help you do an equity check to let you know how much equity that you have. And I did a webinar actually last Friday. So if you find us on Facebook, it's expertrealestateteam.com. It's how to safely sell your home during a pandemic. So if you want to see that or want a link to it, reach out to me. But I hope you stay cool in the summer heat, and we are here if you need us. Thanks so much.